and welcome to On the Patio with Mr. D. Hey, today we are out here at Lake Apopka Wildlife Drive, and what I'm doing is doing a review on the Nikon P950 super zoom bridge camera. Now, I had a 900 before and I had the 1000 before, so let me give you a little bit of story background behind that and what got me into the 950. I had the 900 for a long time, but they had some problems with that thing. First of all, there was no mic port, and then the location of the tripod mount was ridiculous. It was all the way, if you're holding the camera like this, it was all the way over on this side, and they were breaking out and snapping out, so you had to get this fancy lens ring to mount to the tripod and all that kind of stuff. But the image quality for what it's made for, all you DSLR guys out there, this is not for you. That's apples and oranges. This is a super zoom bridge camera, a modified super duper point and shoot. So comparing this to a DSLR or mirrorless camera, it's apples and oranges, guys. So I don't want to hear about that. This is strictly the top dog of the super zoom bridge cameras, and that's what we're talking about today. Anyway, so the story was, I got the 900 and I was real happy with it, except I had to fix that problem with the broken tripod mount and all that kind of stuff. But there was no mic port and there was none of that kind of stuff. So the next thing I had to do was to get the lens ring tripod mount, which it worked great for a long time. But then the P1000 came out. I got kind of interested in that thing. Didn't do enough research on it to find out how big that thing was. Now, for those of you that follow my channel, you know that I kayak a lot, and I take my DSLRs out on the water with me. Now, you're taking a $5,000 body out there along with a $2,000 lens on a kayak. That don't make sense. So this is why I switched over to bridge cameras in the first place, for kayaking, wildlife photography, and stuff like that. So anyway, I gave the P900 to my sister, and I bought the P1000. But right away, I knew I couldn't fit it in my deck bag. It was too big. It was huge, bulky. But it had everything I wanted. I mean, you can reach out 3,000 millimeter optical zoom with the P1000. And the P900 and the 950 reach out to 2,000 optical zoom, which is more than enough anyway. So anyway, I gave that to my sister. We went out one day. She had a mishap, and it ended up in the bottom of the river. We retrieved it. Fortunately, it was insured, and then we got that taken care of. So I went out, even though I own the P1000, I needed to get a smaller, lighter point and shoot, like super zoom camera. So I picked up, I think it was a Panasonic Lumix or something like that. I can't remember which one it is, but it just didn't give me what I wanted. So I kicked around. I ended up selling the P1000 to a friend of mine because he goes out in his boat. Now that makes a lot more sense, and he can get some pretty nice shots. So then I decided to go ahead and pick up the P950. Yeah, the P950 shoots in 4K video, also has the audio jack, and then they finally got smart enough to move that tripod mount center forward to offset the balance of the lens and the weight of the camera, which made a lot of sense, and it's really cool. Take a look at this. Anyway, well, that's where they put that, and that made it really cool. They didn't make any real other modifications to it, but the microphone jack and the location of the tripod mount were the selling factors for me, because I was going to buy another P900 because it really served me well out on the water. So anyway, what we're going to do today, guys, we're out here in the Apopka Wildlife Drive here in Florida, and what we're going to do is run this thing through its paces. I'm going to do a lot of testing and stuff like that. Video, I'm shooting video right now from this camera. I will have my GoPro Media Mod all set up today, and we'll be getting all that done. And but most of the video is going to be shot using the new P950. So hey, we'll be back in a bit. Guys, I am up here now. I'm heading towards the pump house, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the 950. So hey, let's get that going. Hi guys, as you can see here, they moved the tripod mount on the P900. It used to be over here, which is ridiculous, but they kept breaking out, and you can see what they've done here. And they actually added the post mount for a tripod mount. Sits right here to keep it straight. That's really an excellent idea. If you're wanting to mount your tripod and it has that little pin, you align that with that, and then now your tripod mount is secure, as you can see right here. So they added that pin mount, which really helps and keeps the tripod mount from spinning when you have the camera mounted. Now the camera itself is really nice, as you can see here. One of the new features that they added a focus wheel right here, which was not on the P900. They added the microphone jack port right here. I was using that earlier for the intro using the wireless Go from Rode. That's really excellent. You have your standard focus wheel here, articulating screen, and your standards as far as your mounts and stuff like that. Has the standard mode wheel here, on-off switch, wide angle telephoto, your FN, which goes into your Wi-Fi and stuff like that. Now, all right guys, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead. There's a great blue heron across the lake there, and I'm gonna go ahead, start the video, and then zoom him in. I'm gonna use the side control so you guys can see what's going on. See how much time it takes to get the focus back. That's 2000 millimeter right there. Now I'm shooting in 4K, and I'm really liking this. I mean, again, I had the P900, so it's not that big a deal. But having the mic port and the relocation of the tripod mount and the ability to shoot 4K is a big plus. Other than that, it operates exactly the same as the P900 did. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to walk around a little bit more and check stuff out. Now, I'm shooting this on my GoPro Media Mod, my Hero 9 Black. The microphone I'm using on this particular unit, and the microphone I'll be using also on the P950, is the Rode Go. I really like this wireless microphone system. It's really cool, and it works on a plethora of different items. I got the phone, so I can hook it up to my phone. Now I got the little phone plug thing, but you have to have the TRS to TRRS adapter or it won't work. So it's just a different cord you got to have in your kit. But other than that, TRS to TRS is what you need for your cameras, your GoPros, and the DSLRs and stuff like that. So anyway, hey, we'll be back in a bit. Well, hey guys, we are out here at the exact same spot I did the review of the P900 versus the P1000. I mean, the exact same spot. And one of the things that I didn't like about the P1000, other than there was a lot to like about it, is it's how big it is. That thing is a beast. And then for me in a kayak, I couldn't get it in the deck bags, and it was just very difficult to handle. And then after the mishap with the P900, I went ahead and researched this P950, and so far, it's really working well. I'm using the wireless Go, so the audio is coming from the microphone that's sitting right here, and it's mounted. Now that's one thing that the P900 did not have. It did not have a 3.5 millimeter jack for your microphone. It did not have that. It also comes with its own lens hood and stuff like that, which is really cool. So we're going to continue our trek here. I'm going to walk back to my car across the way over there, and we're going to continue our trek and see what we can see. So hey, we'll be back in a bit. Well, hey guys, we are going to wrap it up out here talking about this P950 camera. I'll tell you what, I ran it through its paces. I actually went through a complete battery. So did a lot of shooting, a lot of video stuff and stuff like that. I really, really like this. The changes that they made from the 900 to the 950 are enough to pique your interest. Now again, the P1000 is an awesome camera, guys, but it's just too big for me. But with the new features, they changed the mount center forward for the tripod, which is great. They added a 3.5 mic jack for it and all that kind of stuff. I really like it. I think it's going to be an excellent addition back to my kayaking photography. I think it's going to be awesome. So hey, we'll see you on the next one.